Hello, everyone, and welcome to session number 7 of valuation series. Till now, from session uh, 5, 6, session 4, we have practically talked about what is the price to earning ratio and how to value a company based on PE ratio, right? And we have talked about few myths that were working in capital market that everyone had just accepted because no one wants to argue anything because mathematical proof requires a lot of effort. So it was generally, accepted that a company which has high growth rate should have high PE, a company which has high ROE should have high PE. But we understood that these technicalities are not as simple as they sound when you are reading any book on investing, etc. So in this session, we would focus on then what actually works for PE rating. Till now, we talked about what doesn't work, and we talked about how to calculate the right PE of a stock. In this session, we would speak about the most coined term in capital markets, that is multi-baggers. Everyone wants to have multi-baggers in their portfolio, the things that can provide them 2x, 3x, 5x return, right? And we have understood that in session 4 itself, right? That to make good multiplier types of return, you need help of two parameters. You need help from earnings growth and you need help from PE expansion, PE re-rating. And that can only happen if at the PE at which you are buying is much below the fair PE that you have calculated. For example, if the current PE of the company is 10, and according to you, the fair PE of the company should be 40. Okay, then you can expect a PE re-rating. And how to calculate the fair PE of a company, the basics of that we discussed in session number 4. In this session, session number 7, we'll go much more in depth into the characteristics of a multi-bagger. Broadly, two things will help you generate exponential returns by buying businesses, and that is a deadly combination of ROIC expansion or return on equity expansion and increasing growth rate. You need a combination of both to actually make decent money. I will take you again back to that base case study of session number 4, where we practically assume what a company would be making a return on equity of 10% and the company is not growing because they are not reinvesting anything. In such a dead kind of company, the PE was coming out to be 6.7 and the price to book, see here, was coming out to be 0.67. Now, we'll create a drastically opposite scenario in session number 7, a company which will seem great on paper, a company which had good ROIC and the earnings are growing at a decent pace. Okay. So what I have done is I've changed the company's return on equity to 30%. This is characteristic of a quality name. By quality, I mean this term has been used left, right, and center and has been abused by everyone in the markets. But 30% not of 1 year, 2 year, 1 quarter, 2 quarter. Imagine you are seeing financials of past 10, 15 years of a company, and either you see that company's ROC, ROIC, or ROE, whatever you are using, improving from let's say 10, 11% to a 25, 30% in last 15 years. That is called a quality company. Or a company which had 30% ROE, 35% ROE, even 15 years back, and they have been able to maintain that ROE even today. Now that's the proper definition of a quality business. By quality business, there's only just one standard line. They are able to earn returns which is much higher than your opportunity cost. So if you are investing in equity markets here, you are taking risk of a specific business. आप कम से कम निफ्टी जितना तो कमाना चाहेंगे. So we have done extensive working on निफ्टी रोलिंग रिटर्न कि अगर ब्रॉडली निफ्टी के अंदर पैसा लगा के 10 साल तक होल्ड करे तो कितना रिटर्न बनना चाहिए. We have done it for various period from 1995 to 2005, 1996 to 2006, 1997 to 2007, and so on. And after taxes, after security transaction tax, LTCG, STCG, brokerages, broadly 11.5 to 12% is the return that you can expect from Nifty in a 10-year holding period. So if you're investing in a business, right, you also have horizon of 7 to 10 years. Would you be satisfied if you end up making anything below 11 to 12%? So that's the bare minimum a business in India needs to generate on capital overall. That is 11.5 to 12%. If a business is able to make much higher than that, let's say 18-20% return on capital consistently, that is called quality business. Okay. So quality businesses which can grow are valued at a good rate by market, at a high PE by market. And it can be again seen clearly in this working that we have done here that this is actually a fact. This is not a myth. So we have created a company with 30% return on equity, and we have taken a reinvestment rate of 45%, right? And you guys know we have done it in session number 3 also, and repeated it plenty of times in 4, 5, and 6. That growth rate, profit growth, and NOPAT growth rate of a company is nothing but ROIC oblique return on equity multiplied by the reinvestment rate. So we have taken 30% as ROE in this example and 45% in reinvestment rate. Again repeating, reinvestment rate means profit का कितना परसेंट अपन बिजनेस में वापस लगा देंगे. So if we are earning 100 crore as NOPAT, उसका 45%, 45 crore will put back into the business for future growth. All right. So multiplying ROE by reinvestment rate leads to the growth rate in profit. Approximately that would be 13.5%. So look here, the circle that I'm marking, we have taken growth rate of the company to be 13.5%. All right, based on ROE and reinvestment rate. So again, we are taking the starting capital of 100. So this company at the end of first year will earn 30 rupees in profit because they are earning 30% on capital. Out of this 30, 45%, see I'm opening the formula, keep on seeing the formula in Excel guys. 30%, 45% of 30, that is 13.5 rupees will be reinvested back into the business. So remember free cash flow definition from session 2, 3, right? Free cash flow is NOPAT minus reinvestment, profit minus reinvestment. So the free cash flow left with us after reinvestment would be 13 minus 13.5. That is free cash flow of 16.5 rupees. Similarly, we have forecasted free cash flow for second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year. So these are the explicit forecast of free cash flow we have here. But as you guys would now know, I will speak the next word, that is terminal value. At the end of fifth year, the explicit forecast period, we'll have to calculate the terminal value, right? And what is the terminal value, guys? Terminal value is the present value of all the future free cash flow to firm that the company will generate from sixth year till infinity, calculated by simply Gordon growth model, that is free cash flow of sixth year, the coming year divided by discount rate minus growth. Okay, so focusing directly on the sixth year now, the starting capital would be obviously the fifth year capital plus the money that we have reinvested back for sixth year, that is 22 rupees. So a total capital of 188. Now we'll earn 30% ROE on that. That would be 56.55. And sorry, yeah, 56.51 the profit. We would reinvest 45% of this profit back into the business. That is 25 rupees. And finally, we'll have free cash flow of sixth year as 31. All right. So the terminal value would be nothing but 31. That is free cash flow of sixth year divided by 15%. That discount rate that we have consistently taken in all the examples. Right. 15% minus growth rate of 13.5%. Right. That's the formula here, guys. Please have a look at it. Okay. 15 minus 13.5. So now we have this final set of cash flows in our hand. So if we buy this business today at 0.0, अपने हाथ क्या लगेगा? आने वाले 5 साल के cash flows और 5th year के end पे ये terminal value. That will be our broad expectation. Reality, no one knows, but this would be our expectation. Now, as you guys would have known after watching so many sessions, that we'll have to bring this future cash flows back to 0.0. We'll have to discount every cash flow back to 0.0, and that we do it by using the discount rate. All right. So these are all the present values of your future cash flows here that we have calculated. तो एक साल बाद जो 16.5 रुपीज मिलने वाला है उसकी आज की रेट की वैल्यू क्या होगी? 16.5 डिवाइड बाई 1 प्लस डिस्काउंट रेट, दैट इज 0.15% रेज़ टू पावर 1. करेक्ट? दिस वैल्यू इज नथिंग बट 14.94, 14.34 सॉरी. सिमिलरली जो 2 इयर्स के बाद 18.73 रुपीज अपने को मिलने वाला है उसकी आज की डेट की वैल्यू एट 0.0 क्या होगी? 14.1. So we have calculated present value of all the future cash flow. Remember, for fifth year, there are two cash flows. One cash flow is of fifth year that company will generate, and second is the terminal value. ये दोनों अपने हाथ लगेगा. So we are discounting them both for 5 years, leading to a present value at 0.0 of 1043. Again, guys, everyone would repeat with me. What is valuation? Valuation is present value of all the future cash flows. And what is the present value of all the future cash flow? Summation of this, right? Clear? So here we have just added the sum function, nothing else. See, sum of all four. So this characteristic, this business which can have a 30% ROE, can reinvest 45% of profit back into the business, leading to a growth of 13.5%, should be valued today by market at 1100 bucks. This will lead to a PE of fair value 1100 divided by the profit, that is 30. A 37 का PE is justified. मतलब ये कंपनी अगर आज की डेट में आपको 37 की PE पे भी मिले, it's okay, it's not expensive. That is what it is supposed to trade at, and the price to book would be 11. That would be fair value 1100 divided by book value, that is 100, your capital. Sort of, Bajaj Finance, if you can recollect, right? 7, 8, 9, 10 ka PE. So this is how multi-baggers happen. Now, for multi-bagger, what you will have to do is, I will tell you a good scenario. Okay. So I will do one thing, that will help you understand how exactly multi-baggers are created. Just 1 second. I would go here and pick all the column here, session 5 and 6. Yeah. Okay. And I would just hide them. Okay. One second, guys. I think I have done something wrong. Yes. Okay. Guys, is the sheet visible? Yeah, the sheet is visible. Okay. So where can I hide rows here? Can I? Can I not? All right. Even forget about hiding rows. Okay. Directly look here. So imagine when you were analyzing this company, the past of this company was looking like this. Company might be going through a bad phase, business flop हो गया, product fail हो गए, कंपनी ने उधार लेके एक्सपेंशन कर रखा था, इंटरेस्ट रेट नहीं चुका पा रहे थे, lot of everything that could go wrong for this company went wrong. So company decided यार for 4-5 years growth पे ध्यान लगाओ, बिजनेस को संभालो, पुराना उधार चुकाओ और सर्वाइव करो, because if you can't survive, growth तो दूर की बात है. Now the time has come that you believe कि आने वाले 5 साल कैसे दिखेंगे, जो सेशन 7 की कंपनी कि आने वाले 5 साल ऐसे दिखेंगे. द कंपनी वुड बी ऑन बैक टू 45% री इन्वेस्टमेंट. कंपनी के अब प्रोडक्ट्स हिट होना चालू हो गए वापस से, कंपनी का रिटर्न बढ़ गया बिकॉज लॉसेस कम हो गए अब, सो रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी हैव गॉन टू 30. ऐसी कंपनी, सो यू आर स्टैंडिंग, लुक एट दिस डायग्राम वेरी केयरफुली, दिस इज अमेजिंग थिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो वी आर स्टैंडिंग हियर एट 0.0. पुराना 5 साल दिखा रहा है कि धंधा 10% का है और यहाँ पे ग्रोथ नहीं है. आपके एनालिसिस ये बोलती है टाइम आ गया है, राइट? अपना टाइम आएगा, द टाइम हैज चेंज्ड. अब आने वाले 5 साल कंपनी के क्या दिखेंगे? 30% आरओई दिखेगा कंपनी का, एंड ये कंपनी का आपका री इन्वेस्टमेंट रेट 45% होगा, ग्रोथ रेट 13% हो जाएगा 0% से. मार्केट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ टाइम जब कंपनी इतने बुरे पीरियड से गुजरती है, इतना एक्साइटेड नहीं रहता है कंपनी के फ्यूचर के बारे में. तो मार्केट इस कंपनी को किस पी पे ट्रेड कर रहा होगा? जो कंपनी 4 थी, दैट वुड बी 6.7. गाइस आपके अकॉर्डिंग इस कंपनी का पीई आज कितना होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके अकॉर्डिंग तो फ्यूचर के बेसिस पे आप आज पे करेंगे, दैट विल बी 36. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम अबाउट टू स्पीक? इफ यू एंड अप बाइंग दिस पीई, दिस कंपनी एट 7 का पीई, and your expectations went correct, company delivered on such estimates, the market will take this company to 25-30 का PE in 4-5 years. चलो 21 के PE पे भी ले गया market growth को देख के, you will make 3 times return because only due to PE re-rating 7 का PE किसका हो जाएगा? You will make 1 rupee का 3 rupee, 100 का 300, 1 crore का 3 crore, only because the price to earning ratio of the company got re-rated. And remember from session 4, earnings growth की वजह से तो additional return आएगा. This is how multi-baggers are obtained. That is why, lot of people go and, they tell to young blood, okay, you should go and hunt good businesses which are going through a temporary pain. But the practical problem is, वो temporary pain है या permanent pain है, वो भी तो art है discover कर पाना. And that cannot be that easy to obtain. It requires years and years of practice, guys. It cannot be taught in a 30-minute YouTube video. You need to practice, right? You need to read about a lot of businesses. So this becomes a hunting ground. This is a source of idea generation, right? कि business बहुत खराब टाइम से गुजर रहा है, तो एक बार उसको पढ़ के देखते हैं क्या fortunes turn around हो सकते हैं आगे जाके. Now you can read a lot of lines. I can give one quote which proves that this is a pathetic way to make money. Let's quote Warren Buffett. Turn around, seldom turnarounds. मतलब एक खराब कंपनी तो यार बहुत हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी है खराब ही चलेगी. But then from Indian markets, I can show you great investors making extraordinary money in businesses like Avanti Feeds or Symphony, जो कि एक टाइम पे बहुत खराब टाइम से गुजर रहे थे, and then those have become huge wealth creators in Indian capital markets. Yes, the point is probability of a business turning around. कि अगर 10 खराब कंपनी आप पढ़ोगे और आपको लगता है 10 के फॉर्चून बदलने वाले, यार बदलते 2-3 के ही हैं. That means you will have a strike rate of what 20-30%. इससे बेटर है कि यार जो कि वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड कंपनीज है लाइक HUL, नेस्ले, आइशर मोटर्स, आप उन्हीं को खरीद लो. बट उनके अंदर प्रॉब्लम खाली एक ही होने वाला है, जो आपका पीई निकल के आएगा ना कि ये कंपनी 40 के पीई पे हो सकती है, वो कंपनी 40 के पीई पे ही चलेगी. सो द ओनली रिटर्न्स दैट यू विल मेक इज फ्रॉम अर्निंग्स ग्रोथ. लेट मी शो यू सैंपल ऑफ दैट. Let me show you a sample of that. Remember, we took an example here, right? This example, all right? Yeah, this example, okay? In session number 4. So imagine ये company का price to earning ratio starting में 25 था, फिर के end पे भी 25 रहता है. That means PE has not changed, okay? See, stock price कहाँ पहुंचेगा? 1000 का 3000. You would have created wealth by 3 times. And that is not equal to that change in profit of the company. So some people advocate this, right? कि अगर आप खाली एक established company खरीद लो जहाँ पे earnings growth होने वाला है, then also will make decent money यार. पैसा 3 गुना 5 साल में होना is 25% CAGR. I cannot name investors in my memory who have had such a billion track record consistently. So this is not bad. It's good. Even this society is good. Then there's third society that tells sacrifice क्यों करने का. There are great companies which goes through a temporary bad phases. जैसे Nestle went through at the time of Maggi for a short quarter, right? You can buy great companies at that point of time. वहाँ पे आपको PE भी थोड़ा कम मिलेगा और earnings का probability अच्छा आने का भी होगा फ्यूचर का. मतलब basically the point is, guys, we can justify every school of thought. The point is, in the end, don't go into left right. मेरे को ये लगता है, मेरे को वो लगता है. Study a business. लगता है growth आएगा. You are confident on that. लगता है कि PE re-rate हो सकता है आपके math के हिसाब से. Go and take an allocation. Only experience can teach you then, right? You will go wrong, definitely. Everyone goes wrong, but it's okay. You go wrong, you will learn slowly and steadily, right? That's why, even though everyone is like, because you are a young guy, you will not be able to analyze so much of businesses. So be concentrated only by 5-10 companies. My point is, I have a different thought process because you are not that experienced in market. You have not seen 10-15 years of cycle. Doesn't it also conveys that you have very low ability to analyze a business so deeply that you can invest your entire wealth, entire equity portion into 5 to 7 companies, right? So it's better na, matlab you can keep, if you have 1 crore to invest, you can keep 60, 65 lakh, 70 lakh into Nifty ETF in a SIP format, जहाँ पे आपको 12-13% आफ्टर टैक्स रिटर्न बन जाएगा ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, राइट? 11%, अरे 10% तो बन ही जाएगा, राइट, ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। बाकी के 30-40% से आप थोड़े 10-15 बिजनेसेस को ट्रैक करके उनके अंदर डाइवर्सिफाइड पोजीशन लीजिए। जैसे जैसे आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता जाता है, ट्रांसफर दैट ईटीएफ मनी टू डायरेक्ट इक्विटी, एंड फिर जब आपका कॉन्फिडेंस और बढ़ता है, देन स्टार्ट रिड्यूसिंग योर स्टॉक फ्रॉम 15 to 8 or 7. I believe this process is a 5 to 10 year cycle, and there's no shortcut for the same. Okay, so that's my thought process, that I teach to my students in the academy, that I will like to teach to, share, not teach, actually share with everyone who is watching the video. You can accept the thought process, or you can help me correct my thought process, right? I would love to, have your thought process in the comment section. Now, I would definitely like to highlight few weaknesses of this thing that we did. K company 37K PE पे चलनी चाहिए. There are few very big assumptions. By big, I mean really astronomical assumptions that implicitly we took in this model. Number one, we were calculating free cash flow here. See, guys, see my marking, okay? It's to infinity. When we were calculating free cash flow here, जहाँ पे अपना 31 rupees का cash flow आया था 6th year का, we took ROE of 30%. So what we're trying to convey to Excel here is, because Excel is input and output. If you put in garbage, you will get garbage out, right? So this was garbage actually. We took 30% return till infinity. But we are telling that this company will be able to generate 18% alpha over Nifty, because Nifty's ROEs is 12, 13%, 14%. इंडिया की लार्जेस्ट 50 कंपनी से 15% ज्यादा, दैट इज ROE 30%. ये कंपनी परपेचुअली कमानेगी. द पॉइंट इज, yes, it may happen. It may happen for 100 years. It may happen for 200 years. It cannot happen in infinity, right? That is huge economic profit. People will get attracted to such high returns in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. 70 years, they will come and destroy your returns. They will take away your returns. The competition will come. So this was a big, big assumption that we kept here, okay? Second, we took a perpetual growth rate of 13%. Because if we are keeping reinvestment rate of 13.5%, sorry, 45%, and ROE of 30%, that means a perpetual growth rate of 13%. Okay? मतलब ये कंपनी 13.5-14% पे permanently grow करती रहेगी. So I think Motilal Oswal, Ramdev ji publishes, great wealth creation studies once a year. I think most recent has been the 26 wealth creation study. Mera bhi padna baki, I've read till 25. And they have calculated base rates based on, their statistical analysis. For example, agar 2000 pe chale jao. So in the beginning of 2000, how many companies were growing at more than 20% and had 20-25% return on equity? उन कंपनीज में से आने वाले 10 साल कितनी कंपनी सेम ग्रोथ रेट और रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी मेंटेन कर पाए? Yes, the answers are not even, into single digits, 9%, 8%, 10% companies are hardly able to maintain for a decade such high ROCs and growth. And we are talking about till infinity. And even mathematically, this is an absurdity. Why? I will prove this live on an Excel. क्योंकि ये लाइन सब जगह बच्चे पढ़ते हैं, from CA to CFA to MBA, but I don't think कभी किसी ने कैलकुलेट किया है. So imagine India's economy is 2.5 trillion. Not imagine, actually India's economy is 2.5 trillion. Okay, let's hypothetically, let's not get into a lot of math. 2.5 लाख का समझ लो इंडिया का इकोनॉमी, राइट? आई एम जस्ट स्केलिंग इट अप. और एक कंपनी पकड़ लो 500 का खाली, मच स्मॉलर देन द एंटायर कंट्री. 500 रुपए का कंट्री 2.5 लाख का. ये 500 रुपए को अपन 13% पे ग्रो कर रहे हैं फॉर एवर. और 2.5 लाख दैट इज द इंडियन इकोनॉमी, वो ग्रो कर रहा है खाली 8% पे. ओके, तो 9% ले लेते हैं, just satisfy your curiosity कि इंडिया 9% पे ग्रो कर रहा है. अभी ना ये क्लिक नहीं करता दिमाग में कि यार ये हो क्या रहा है. माय पॉइंट इज अ सिंगल कंपनी cannot grow at such a high rate than economy. Your company will become bigger than economy. सुनने में सबको समझ में आ जाता है, बट कभी किसी ने नंबर्स पे इफेक्ट नहीं देखा. सो बिकॉज नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग टिल इन्फिनिटी. 100 to 100 years में बहुत छोटा टाइम फ्रेम हुआ ना इन इन्फिनिटी. दैट मे नॉट बी इवन 0.1% because infinity is endless. Let's do one thing. Let's grow Indian economy at 9%. Okay, that is 1.099% for 200 years. Okay, let's see क्या वैल्यू निकल के आता है. इसको बड़ा करना पड़ेगा, कैप्चर नहीं होगा यहाँ पे. ओके, 7.64 exponential plus 12. All right, let's do something. Let's grow this 500. Actually, if you see here, this 500 is 0.2% of economy, right? 0.2%. Yeah. तो इतने छोटे नंबर को मतलब प्रैक्टिकली जीरो हो जाता है यार अगर करें तो. एक छोटे नंबर को हम खाली 13% में ग्रो करें, जस्ट 4% आया. ये क्या होगा आफ्टर 200 years, right? I'm simply stretching this down here and taking this to 13. This is still lower than economy, right? It is 7.64. This is 2.04. Let's do it to 1,000 years because infinity, anything can happen in infinity. Let's do it for 1,000 years. Mota mota, this one company is becoming entire India. You want to do it for 1,500 years? I think the magic will happen now because there's infinity, guys. There's no end to it, right? It's bigger. It becomes broadly equal to or bigger than the entire economy. Mathematically, logically, how can one company be equal to entire economy? Na? Possibly nahi hai ye cheez. That's why this rule has come. That if you're talking about perpetual growth rate at max, boss, you can have it equal to or below the GDP growth rate. Now, जो लॉजिक अपन ये इंडिया पे और एक कंपनी में लगा रहे थे, यार वही लॉजिक हो जाएगा वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी में और इंडिया में. क्या इंडिया ग्रो कर सकता है परपेचुअली एट हायर रेट देन वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी? नहीं, राइट? So if India cannot grow at higher rate than one economy, a company cannot grow at a higher rate than India. That means a company cannot grow at a higher rate than world economy. And world economy is growing at 2.5% here. That's it. So if you're talking about perpetual growth rate, it cannot be more than 2.5%. Okay. Now, if we wanted to logically adjust for this weaknesses, कि यार ये तो बहुत भारी assumption है, ये तो ऐसे assumptions है जो कि practically हो ही नहीं सकते. ऐसे लॉजिक पे 37 का पी निकाला तो यार वो क्या पी है? Remember, we will go back to our magical formula. And what was that magical formula? Growth in profit is equal to ROE into reinvestment rate. Okay. So let's imagine after 5 years, company अच्छा grow कर गई है, growth saturate हो गई है. So conservatively, we think that not 45%, but 30% of the profit company will be able to reinvest back into the business. So reinvestment rate will become what? 30% here. The return on equity, बोले यार 30% return on equity देख के तो है ना बहुत भीड़ आएगी, बहुत competition आएगा. यार नसीब होगा कि कंपनी 20% return on equity भी maintain कर जाए for perpetuity, which is still on a higher side, but ठीक है यार, I would be more than happy. So ROE would be what? 20%. So what will be the perpetual growth rate? 6%, right? Not 13.5. So if I alter this assumption for the terminal value part, 5th year तक this is okay, 30 and 45. But in infinity we are like, yeah, थोड़ा नीचे आना पड़ेगा. This is practically not possible. इनफैक्ट ये भी इतना पॉसिबल नहीं है. लेट्स डू reinvestment it at 20 and ROE at 20, so that gives a growth rate of 4%. अगर टर्मिनल वैल्यू के लिए assumption ले कि हम 6 in infinity ये set of assumptions work करेंगे तो कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन क्या निकल के आती. So see, this blue line is values as per this assumption. See, कैपिटल तो वही होता 188 जो कि नॉर्मल assumption पे होता because that was fifth year capital plus reinvested. But this set of assumptions say on 188 of capital, we would be earning a ROE of 20%, not here like 30%. So profit kitna aata? 37. Look here, guys, we are here, right? Profit kitna aata? 37, not 56, because that would have been 30%. But we'll have now 20% ROE. अब ये 37 का खाली 27% बिजनेस में लगता बिकॉज खाली 4% ही ग्रो करना है तो बाकी पैसा क्यों लगाए. So the reinvestment would have been 7 rupees. Look here, the reinvestment was 25 rupees. What will be the free cash flow left in our hand under this set of assumptions? 37 profit minus reinvestment. That is 30.14. Let's calculate terminal value here. Okay, it would be 30.14 divided by discount rate, which is same as 15%, guys. Okay, I've kept it to be same as 15 here. But minus growth rate now would be 4%, not 13.5. This will lead to a terminal value at the end of fifth year of just 274. And यहाँ पे कितना terminal value आ रहा था in the end of fifth year as per this assumption कि 30% ROE and 45% reinvestment will continue forever. The terminal value was 2000. It has dropped to just 274. So with this terminal value, what would be the valuations of the company? Again, present value of future cash flows, right? So what I have done is, first of all, ये fifth year का, fifth year में हम अपने को क्या मिलेगा? Remember guys, fifth year में क्या मिलने वाला है अपने? One second, yeah. 27.38 का तो कैश फ्लो तो वही आएगा फिफ्थ ईयर का क्योंकि assumption तो उसके बाद चेंज हो रहे हैं. But now the terminal value would be 274. So fifth year का present value would be 274 plus 27.38. This total brought back to 0.0, not 27 plus 2000. Okay, so that present value would be 606 just of fifth year terminal value plus fifth year का cash flow. But ये starting के 4 साल के भी तो cash flows है, इनका present value तो ये रहा यहाँ पे. So the total present value would be what? Nothing but just one second, guys. I think I've done something. No, yes. Equal to sum of bracket. It would be this present values. Okay, starting के 4 का present value वो है plus fifth year का जो cash flows है और terminal value आएगा as per new assumption उसका present value 606. Enter. So as per this set of assumptions, which seems much more rational and logical now, the present value of all the future cash flows of the company is coming down to be 662. Okay, this is the intrinsic value of your company now, which was under old set of assumptions 1100. What will be the fair PE now? The fair value of 662 divided by your earnings, that is 30. 22 का PE क्या निकल के आएगा? अब fair पहले कितना आ रहा था? 37 का, and the price to book will come down to 7 from 11. So now you would be like कि company 7 के PE पे मिल रहा है current. Remember, the story is changing, and the fair PE can be 22. Still, re-rating can happen, but this is a much more confident way to communicate on re-rating. So guys, this was my session 7 where I wanted to communicate this thing that look forward to companies where you think ROEs, ROICs or ROEs can increase and the company can have good earning growth. Now, when I will come up with business analysis series, I would run, a lot of sessions on how to actually understand कि किस तरीके की कंपनी का ROIC expand हो सकता है और किस तरीके की कंपनी में earnings growth ज्यादा आ सकता है. Just as a sample, I've written down a few points here कि कंपनी का ROIC कब बढ़ सकता है और कंपनी का ग्रोथ रेट कब बढ़ सकता है. अब अगर मैं एक पॉइंट को यहाँ पे समझाना गया, I will actually take 20 more sessions because this one point itself is a huge point. That is why we would be launching business analysis series 2. कि ये सब टॉपिक्स वहां पे हम समझाएंगे. दिस इज प्योर प्ले वैल्यूएशन, राइट. अब एक बिजनेस को कैसे पढ़ेंगे कि उसका आरओई एक्सपेंशन समझ पाए और अर्निंग्स ग्रोथ समझ पाए. Guys, please do follow our YouTube channel. We go by the name Finacle Shah Classes. Please share and like our videos, save our videos. We also post good content, short content on Instagram through comic series and lot of short, a good quality reels. Follow us on Instagram. And again, please don't forget, right, to go and visit our website, that is finacleshahclasses.com. You can, browse our courses there, but more importantly, please go and read the forum. Here we published a lot of great articles published by our proprietary content and also curated content from great writers across the world on a lot of topics on finance and current awareness, latest economic events that will help you tremendously if you are looking forward to cracking equity research, portfolio management, investment banking, venture capital, or you are some experienced individual who wants to shift to such profiles, or you are just a starter, you just have a 1, 2, 3 years of experience, and now you want to build advanced knowledge on the domains in finance. Please go and read our forum. And thank you so much for attending, for watching this video. Hope to see you back in session number 8.